Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? Happy New Year to everybody, man. I hope y'all brought in the new year safe, healthy, with positivity, love, blessings, and all the great things that you want in your life, man. Happy New Year. We made it to another year. You know what I'm saying? Big blessings. You dig what I'm saying? But I want to talk about a potential matchup at junior welterweight. 140 is beginning to heat up. Still got the undisputed champion, JT, Josh Taylor, the Tornado. You dig what I'm saying? Down there at 140 holding shit down. He's eventually going to move up to 147, but right now he's still, taking care of his kingdom at 140 right now. And you have some guys that's really making a name for themselves like Montana Love. Of course, you still have Regis Prograis down there doing their thing, man, and it's heating up. And Teofimo Lopez, a.k.a. Teofimo Lopez, you know what I'm saying? He's moving up to 140. He mentioned that right before the fight with Kambosos, he had aspirations and intentions on moving up after that fight. Said that he was having issues making 135. He's grown out of that division essentially, and it's not going to be beneficial for him to stay at 135 any longer. So with the anticipation of Teofimo Lopez moving up to 140, there's also been some news that came out in the rumor mill right now that he could face Montana Love next. Now, Montana Love has been around for some time. He's only 26 years old, 25, 26, but he's been around for some time, but he's really now just getting his big break. And shout out to Jake Paul, because being on that undercard of the first Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley fight, that actually gave Teofimo Lopez, not Teofimo, but they gave Montana Love a huge light shined on him that allowed him to get that exposure that he needed. It was in his hometown in Cleveland, also Jake Paul's hometown. He fought Ivan Baranchyk, which was his biggest step up in competition, a very credible opponent, somebody who, depending on how you perform versus that guy, it could really make a statement, especially that being his biggest step up to that date. And he went out there, had some, he faced a little bit of adversity. Baranchyk hit him with a nice little shot. He recovered quickly. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really show any effects of it, but he did show that he could take a decent punch from a pretty solid puncher. And he showed his boxing ability. He showed a whole lot of things in that fight, which really, things that I already knew that he had, but I didn't know if he had it on this level, because he really, prior to that fight, he really never got an opportunity to show that versus no credible guys or even on that level of exposure. So after stopping Baranchyk, he ended up stopping him with some beautiful shots, hurt him a couple of times in that fight, and ultimately stopped him. That catapulted him to signing a major deal with Matchroom, DAZN, Eddie Hearn, put him in position. So again, motherfuckers want to say what they want to say about Jake Paul, but he's putting guys in position to take their careers to the next level, doing the same thing with Amanda Serrano. You know what I'm saying? So, Montana Love, he really went out there and he sees the opportunity, he sees that moment, and he performed. He then turned around and fought on Devin Haney's undercard, now being a member or a signee to Matchroom and DAZN. He went out there and he fought, I forget his name. His name was Diaz. I forget his first name, but pretty tough Mexican fighter. He went out there and just blasted this dude out of there. I mean, he put on a showcase of a performance, and I mean, he looked phenomenal. He showed you everything, the boxing ability, fighting off the back foot, fighting, coming forward. He showed hand speed, power, ring IQ. Montana Love really has it all, to be honest with you. And, it's just good to see him get that recognition and exposure now, because I remember seeing him do videos. Like, there were videos of him online doing like routines with he's a real flashy guy, you know, Midwest, you know, similar to how Adrian Broner is. Adrian Broner is also from Ohio, but he's from Cincinnati. You know, he always been known for, you know, dressing real flashy and fly, you know, having a hand speed, dancing, showboating and shit like that. And I used to see videos of him doing like these real extravagant routines on the mitts. You know what I'm saying? Where he had like a dance routine and all type of shit mixed in. It was real entertaining. I remember seeing him sparring with Erickson Lubin. Now, Erickson Lubin, this dude fight at 154. Erickson Lubin is way, like, naturally, he's way bigger than Montana Love. And, you know, Erickson Lubin was in there putting them hands on Montana Love. But again, it's a way bigger guy who's equally skilled as Montana Love. And Montana Love, he was in there taking that shit. You know what I'm saying? He didn't fold. So that right there showed me, like, man, this dude, he tough. You know, for him to even get in there with somebody like Erickson Lubin. And this was back when Erickson Lubin was undefeated on top. You know what I'm saying? As far as like where he viewed himself, you know, on top mentally, physically, all that. And, you know, he was in there taking that shit, man. So that just showed me something about what type of guy he was in that ring. And, you know, so now he's finally getting an opportunity. We know about Teofimo Lopez coming off of the loss versus George Kambosos in a mandatory IBF title defense. Went out there, got knocked down in the first round. Went on to, you know, put up a pretty decent effort in the mid rounds of that fight, but he ultimately got outboxed and outclassed by Kambosos, and he got beat. You know what I'm saying? In an upset loss. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, Teofimo Lopez, there's been some rumors about him having some type of medical issues that hindered him in that fight. To be honest, I don't know if there's any validity to any of that, so I'll just stick to what I saw in that ring. You know, he got outboxed just by a better fighter, a more skilled guy, and that just is what it is. So now he's coming up to 140, and they're saying that his first fight could be versus Montana Love. Now, this could go a couple of different ways. Now, this, you know, this is a very tough ask, in my opinion, for Lopez to go up and fight Montana Love in your first fight. I think he should. I think for the guy that he claimed, the fighter that he claims to be, him and his dad and the Teofimo Lopez fans, they claim that he was just this, oh my God, just great fighter and all that shit. Look, take your ass up there and fight Montana Love in your first fight. That's a good fight. If you really everything that all them said that he was, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's definitely risky, but for a fighter of the caliber that he's supposed to be, should be routine. For Montana Love, it's a big step up for him. This would be the best, the highest rated caliber of opponent that he'd been in a ring with as a pro. So it'll be a huge opportunity for Love to really show, all right, look, I belong up here with the top guys. I'm really, because remember, Teofimo Lopez was on everybody's pound for pound list after the Loma win, right? So you're getting a win if you're able to beat Lopez. You're getting a win over a former pound for pound guy. Still some people that got him pound for pound, you know, whoever that may be. You know, this motherfucker, look at BoxRec list. I don't know if Lopez on there, but they list be terrible. So ain't no telling. He might be on that motherfucker. You dig what I'm saying? So this would be a very credible win for Montana Love. You know, and for Teofimo Lopez, if he can come in and beat Montana Love, that shows that you beat a very skilled fighter in his prime. You know, it shows that you can beat a guy of that caliber in a higher weight division, and it shows, in my opinion, that would prove that he belongs at 140. Because me personally, I think Teofimo Lopez has peaked as a fighter. He's really, in my opinion, just an extremely athletic and God-given talented guy with speed, athletic ability, power, you know, just different things like that. But skill-wise, I just think he's peaked. Ring IQ-wise, I don't really see him being on a high level like that. So maybe he can come in and prove me wrong. I don't really think he can beat the top guys at 140. I think Regis Prograis beats him. I think Josh Taylor demolishes him. And I think Montana Love can, fuck around and stop him and look impressive doing it. You know what I'm saying? But I think that fight is a great fight stylistically, and I would love to see it. Both guys have some things to gain. Both guys have some things to risk. So I really hope that there is some truth to this possible matchup. I did see Montana Love post on his Instagram today. He said, I got a target now. Now I'm locked in. You know what I'm saying? So that let me know that he got somebody that they done brought to the table. Like, okay, this is a guy that we looking at putting you in the ring with. Now it's time for you to go make sure you in shape and get ready for your camp. So I would love to see that fight come into fruition. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. How do y'all feel about that matchup? Do you think it's smart for Lopez to go up and fight Montana Love right away? Should he take a soft touch? Or just based off of how he been talking, the bravado, the arrogance, and the overly confidence, you know, all of that with him, you know, they was talking like they was the best fighter in the world and shit, just about getting past Lomachenko by the hairs on his chin. You dig what I'm saying? So just based off of how they been moving, him and his dad, do you think he should go ahead and step right in there with somebody like Montana Love? You know, and how do you feel this fight will play out? Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Contender regime boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.